Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I will be breaking down my day, 8th of Jan 2021, where I made close to around 2400 US dollars by day trading options in the stock market. In total, the duration of all my trades was less than 20 minutes. 8th of Jan 2021 was a Friday and most of my trades were trading 0 day to expiry options. If you don't know what it means is that the contracts were expiring on the same day itself, and in this most basic terms, it means that your risk is also more and your reward is also more. On this day, I was only watching 4 stocks, and that is Tesla, Roku, SQ, and Baidu. I usually only watch 3 to 4 stocks in a day because as soon as I go beyond 5 stocks, I feel like I'm not able to capitalize on the stocks I'm watching. So in order to focus on the stocks I'm watching, I only limit my watch list to 3 to 4 stocks in a day. Let's look at the overall market first. SPY closed strong, but at the open, we can see that SPY was in a range for the first 15-20 minutes. This was a very weird day for SPY. So it was in a range for the first 15-20 minutes, then it dumped, then it recovered, then it dumped again, then later in the afternoon it recovered. If we go back to the 1-day chart, SPY kind of closed green for the day with a bearish wick. So let's see what next week brings. Now let's move on to my watch list. The first stock in my watch list was Tesla. No surprise here because Tesla has been on my watch list for the past 1 year. Tesla has moved around $250 in the past maybe 2 weeks or 1 week around. On Thursday, it closed around $817, and on Friday, it gapped up about $850 in the pre-market itself. So it gapped up nicely. That's why Tesla was in my watch list, and it is every single day. The second stock in my watch was Roku. Roku was upgraded multiple times on Thursday and Friday. On Thursday, after the upgrade, it broke all-time high. This was the all-time high on Roku. It broke all-time high with good volume. That's why Roku was in my watch list for Friday for a continuation move upwards. The third stock in my watch list was SQ. If you haven't seen my video from last week, I discussed SQ because it made all-time high and then it was consolidating for a long time. It made these two inside day candles, but for my swing, I missed a good entry on SQ. As usual, I missed my entry on SQ. But on Friday, SQ broke all-time high in the pre-market. That's why SQ was in my watch list. The last stock in my watch was Baidu. Baidu had a news on Wednesday and Thursday that it's trying to get into the EV sector, electric vehicle sector, which is a very hot sector. As you know, Tesla, NIO, and these are all parts of EV sector. After the news, Baidu had a good move on Thursday itself, and on Friday it was breaking all-time high in the pre-market similar to SQ. That's why Baidu was also in my watch list. My first trade for the day was on Roku. On Roku, my plan was that if it breaks the pre-market high and the bits hold 393, I will enter. So I entered 10 contracts at the break of the 393. I'm trading this week expiry, 400 calls. So my fill price was 3.73. My profit target is 395 at this point. If I see any sort of hesitation at 395, I will cover all my position. And my plan was that if it breaks for 395, I will cover 5 of my contracts and I will let 5 run, because those 5 contracts can go in the money as well. Just to note that if I'm trading within the first 5 minutes, I don't like to hold my trades any longer than I should because the reversals are very hard and fast within the first 5 minutes. As soon as I saw some sort of hesitation around 396 level, I covered 5 of my contracts. So now I'm in the driving seat, I'm in the winning seat. I'm just waiting and seeing that if those 5 contracts can go in the money and if we can see the next push after a good consolidation. After 3 to 4 minutes of consolidation, I saw that it was not holding the 395 level. That's why I will cover all my position right here. As I said that within the first 5 minutes, I'm very scared, and the premiums are losing their value as well. So it's 0 day to expiry. The premiums are having the time decay, and that's why they are losing their value. Within the first 5 minutes, the reversals are very strong as well. So I don't hold my trades. As soon as I saw that it's kind of breaking 394 as well, I exited. I think my exit was on point because if we fast forward a bit further, we will see a huge dump on Roku. You can see right here that the premiums dropped to 2.40 after this one red candle. My second trade was on Tesla. Unfortunately, this trade is not recorded because I was trading Tesla on a different screen. But if you see on my order window, my fill price was 7.60 and I covered both my contracts at a premium price of 8.67 and 10.06. In this trade, I caught Tesla for a reversal because as soon as I saw that 840 level broke, I saw the time in sale speeding up and the bid started stepping up about 840 again. That's why I entered only 2 contracts because usually I don't trade reversals. If I'm trading reversals, I will reduce my size, and I was already green for the day. I entered 2 contracts here at a premium price of 7.60. As soon as I entered on this candle itself, the premium price went to 8.67. So I covered one of my contract here. The next contract I covered at the VWAP because I wanted to see what happens at the VWAP. My next contract I covered at 10.06 premium price. In total on this trade, I made $350 by just trading 2 contracts, which is really good for 0 day to expiry. My next trade was on SQ. SQ had a nice move up. I'm really proud of this trade because I did not chase it. I waited for some consolidation. It broke the all-time high as I discussed in the beginning of this video. This is the pre-market high, the dotted line. It broke the pre-market high with good volume. Now I'm waiting for some consolidation and the next move up. As soon as it breaks the all-time high again, I will enter 10 contracts. So I get filled at 10 contracts at a premium price of 2.27. My profit target on this trade is 246. I want to see what happens at 246. If I see any sort of hesitation at 246, I will cover all my position. Now we see a stacked up ask at 246. I'm just waiting to see what happens at 246. I saw some kind of hesitation at 246. That's why I covered 5 contracts. My fill price on those 5 contracts was 2.51. So I already made around $100 on this trade. Now I'm holding those 5, the remaining 5 contracts. My stop loss for those 5 contracts is break even. So if the premiums come down to 2.27, I will exit my position. What my rule is that if I'm already green on a trade, I don't want to go red on that trade. That's why I covered all my position. In total, I made $137 on this trade and my hold time was less than a minute. My next trade was on Tesla. I won't be showing all my trades because I took a couple of trades where I made $50. I lost $50 with one contract. I won't be showing those trades. I will only show trades where I earned or lost more than $100. On Tesla, it was holding this trend line. So my plan was that if it breaks 853, I will enter this trade for the potential break of 855. As soon as it broke 853, I entered 5 contracts and my fill price was 11.95 at this point. With Tesla, I'm usually really fast because I know the personality of Tesla. If it reverses, it's really hard. And I saw some sort of rejection at 855. I covered 3 of my contracts at a premium price of 12.38. So I kind of made $45 per contract. I have already made $135 on this trade, but I'm holding those 2 contracts to see what happens at 855. I covered the other 2 contracts at a premium price of 12.15. So in total on this trade, I made $164. My next trade was on Tesla again. On Tesla, we saw a good consolidation at the rejection of 855 from my previous trade. My plan was that if it breaks 855, I will enter this position with the profit target of 859, which is the pre-market high. Right there, I entered 5 contracts and my premium price fill was 9.30. I will cover 2 of my contracts at the pre-market high because I have traded Tesla a lot of times and I know that these pre-market high levels are pretty strong on a stock like Tesla. I don't want to get stuck in any kind of reversal. That's why I exited 2 of my contracts at a premium price of 10.80. So I made $150 per contract on those 2 contracts. I'm holding my 3 contracts just to see that if it breaks 860 or not, because usually Tesla, it goes up, then gives a good consolidation and then it can break 860 as well. My stop loss on those 3 contracts is 9.30 because as I said, I don't want to go negative on those contracts. As soon as I saw that the premiums are coming back down to my entry point, I exited. Unfortunately, I lost $30 on those remaining 3 contracts. And this is because I'm trading 0 day to expiry. So your risk is also more, but the premiums drop in value if you get stuck in some kind of consolidation or reversal. My next trade was on Tesla again. Tesla had this resistance and I was thinking that if it finds a support at around 866 level, as soon as it touched 866, we saw a lot of buying pressure on Tesla. That's why I entered 2 contracts and my premium price fill was at 9.89. Just bear in mind that I have now moved to next week expiry because I'm already green for the day. I don't want to risk more amount of money just on a reversal or pullback trade because those are not my bread and butter setups. If I trade reversals or if I trade pullbacks, I reduce my size. My fill price is 9.89 and the premiums are already at around 10.7. As soon as I see any sort of rejection at around 872, I will exit all my position because I know Tesla, a lot of time it kind of makes this trend line and then it can dump further. That's why if I see any sort of rejection, I will exit this trade. As soon as I saw this wick at the rejection of 872, I covered all my contracts. And on this trade, I made around $70 per contract. That is $140 on 2 contracts. This trade was my best trade for the day because Tesla around the all-time high, it was making a triangle. It will fake people out around 870. People are thinking to take it short under 870. And we saw that the time and sales increased in speed. It's still holding 869.5. Orders are going through around 869, 869. As soon as we see orders going through above 870 again, I will enter 2 contracts for the potential break of the all-time high. And we are not saying the rejection we want at the break of the triangle. As soon as I saw that the buyers were in control again, we saw 871 on the time and sales. I entered through 2 contracts at a premium price of 4.84. Just to note that the bids are also holding at 870 at this point. Now what this means is that people who were taking it short at the break of the 870, they got squeezed, so they will have to cover now. That's why I only enter 2 contracts. My plan is that if it breaks 875, I will enter 3 more contracts so that I have 5 contracts in total, and my profit target is around 877 to 878. I'm holding those 2 contracts. We saw that 874, it's gonna break. 875 also broke. That's why I entered 3 more contracts. I paid the ask price 16.85. I got filled. We are seeing a good squeeze above 878. It also broke 878. I'm still holding my trade. Now, if I see any sort of rejection at around 878, 879 or 880, I will exit. And I saw a lot of red at 878. That level was not holding. That's why I exited all my position. I exited at a premium price of 17.45. I entered 2 contracts at a premium price of 14.84. I added 3 more contracts at a premium price of 16.85. I covered all my position at a premium price of 17.45. In total, I made $694 on this trade with a hold time of 3 minutes. In total on this day, I made $2,367 and my hold time was less than 20 minutes, including all my trades. I think it was around 15 minutes. I haven't calculated. I took a few other trades, making $50, losing $30 or something like that. I also traded Baidu at the end of the day for the break of all-time high. I made $100 on that trade. If you want to see all my entries and exits, you can take a screenshot of this screen. This shows all my trades for the day. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for a lot more trading content. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure that you follow me there because I post a lot of good trading content on Instagram as well, including my entries, my exit, my performance and all the good stuff. If you have any questions for me, put a comment down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can, and I will see you in the next video.